It's known as one of the loudest stadiums in sports for a reason. And it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. The ball is teed up as rain continues to fall. And we're underway from Seattle. Returnable from the 2. He's stopped on the return at the 27. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Let's see how this game goes.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Buying some time right. Brought in right side. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
He wants 2 hours.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They run for the first time with a rookie from Clemson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 8 yards on the play.
But
and the Rams are going to have
a couple times
down.
I've played him, he's going to have to open that
That's
playbook
a run
up.
that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a
expand
solid
that
game, but
playbook
it's
a little
also
bit.
a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
We will adjust to just running to receiver all
to approach
game.
here from the 40. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
A little bit.
Looking for a throw here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. George Pickens, the intended target. So they're left facing 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. And that brings up 4th and long. The Rams are set to punt. And this will bring a drive
we got to get our offense back
to
going.
a disappointing end.
Brad's had a rough last few games.
And he drives this into the pouring rain. Secures this at the 17. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return.
Way to get Brad going.
Seahawks football.
Got to start the game off big. I haven't started the game off for the shot.
And the drive will start out with a
DK
1st and 10.
I think he plays in the line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Has him on the quick hitter. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one?
Shot.
Move the
try to hit
chains
Perry.
in one play and keep driving
Try
that
to hit Perry on the
defense
back
backwards.
shoulder fade. Hopefully Brad can throw it while I need him to throw it.
First and 10, looking to throw.
Yeah, he threw it while I need to throw it, but
incomplete. Just put it a little too close to the boundary there.
Threw it out of bounds.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
5 yards out of bounds. It's tough.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
And they've got themselves another first and 10.
Maybe have Ezekiel down the middle.
Working inside the red zone.
He dropped it.
And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms. But it slips through. Second down coming up.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is, if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Now an inside give to Walker. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Another drop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. They'll try and throw it here. Complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Seattle! Michael Badgley on to try the point after.
Good job.
Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 26 on 2nd down. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
They turned around. They seen the ball coming, but they like they kind of dragged their feet.
And it brings up an LA first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down.
We'll get them to make mistakes.
Looking to the air here. Doesn't make the connection. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back now, pressure on its way. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Seahawks drive is going to start from deep in their own territory.
This game, we're just going to try to keep applying pressure.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
With deep balls and things like that.
Airing it out to start this drive. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Lays out for this one. Oh, what a catch! They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He completes it in traffic. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. They're going play action. He rolls to his right. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Throw on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks take a 13-0 lead. Badgley for the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Seahawks drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
Keep applying this pressure.
Pass play on 1st and 10. And that is how our first quarter will end as that pass falls incomplete. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. It's a 2-score.
Yeah, we'll keep applying pressure, and we'll force him into the hard decision to just pass the ball to catch up. Pass it a lot so you can catch up, or you're gonna concede the game.
Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They still have 10 to go here. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them Well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Throwing on 3rd and long. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth.
Right now, he's depending on go-to routes.
That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. 45 yards on the punt there. And they'll get ready to go on offense.
Thank you, Bird.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll go with Walker on the counter. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be 2nd down.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He's going to throw this one. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players.
Wide open.
Once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball.
He was wide
open. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
3rd and long for him here. He's got a man left. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Throwing now off play action. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. He'll give up the gut to Walker. And he'll manage to get this one down to the 27. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. They'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Did this defense ever need that or what? Just a step in some kind of right direction. Hopefully now they can build on that sack, claw their way back from this pretty slow start. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
If I was throwing the ball anywhere outfield.
Return starts from the goal line. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks take over on his 5th interception of the season.
So many of these NFL facilities we travel around and we see signage all over the place. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's about protecting it offensively, and it's about doing just that, taking it away defensively.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more, and they're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. He brings it in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. Pass play now. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. And that is his 3rd touchdown catch. Certainly enough to call this a very good game for him. And we're still in the opening half, so what else might he accomplish before we're done here?
Maybe he wasn't picked.
Badgley for the extra point.
I kind of pushed the ball so it don't go way in front of
weather
me.
Doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Seahawks make it a 24-point ball game. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Return starts from the goal line. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
That's not going to be enough.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from Seattle. The Rams with some work to do, trailing in this game. 2nd and 3 now. From the 41. Connecting on the slant. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's a throw. Ooh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Picked off Brandon Jones. And the Seahawks get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Walker on 1st down. And he's able to get this down to the 36. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
First down, ball at the 36. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he sails that one over the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
I didn't even notice how much time was left.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. Throwing deep for the end zone. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
You might have that slant.
They kick the running back in motion. Here he is on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
This defense needed that, Kate. Just something good to happen. Creating a negative play. You never know when this thing could turn in the NFL. And that sack is exactly what the doctor ordered.
It looks like he's gonna let go to half.
Pick it up.
That's fine. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me? No way. That was terrible. Seriously.
Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. The drive will start with a run by Charbonnet. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now looking to throw. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Dropping back to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. He's got this at the 27. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Rams will take possession. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Plowing up the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They'll give this up the middle to ETN. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Byron Murphy there to make the play. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Setting up a throw. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll get it up to the 44. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Here's ETN on 1st down. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 46. He lofts it deep left. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Reek Woolen with the INT. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback. but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They go play action here. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
On first down, this is Charbonnet. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First down, ball at the 36. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They're throwing it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Now Walker. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Throwing on 2nd and 6. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. On the draw, it's Walker. And he's brought down for a loss.
It takes every piece of the symphony working in concert right there. When you run a draw on third and long, everybody's got to do their job. The problem, they didn't, and this defense responded.
Michael Badgley going to try and knock this through for 3. This from 30 yards out. Lambo able to put it through. And that one was beautifully struck. It goes right down the middle.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Return starts from the goal line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He's loaded another one up. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw now. Ooh, incomplete there on 2nd down, but boy, a risky throw on a check down of all things. Nearly picked off and headed the other way.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Rams are set to punt. Drew Chrisman will kick it away. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. So no return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. This our last play of the quarter. This is Charbonnet heading right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now an inside give to Walker. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Walker running to the right. Along this sideline inside the 25. And he has it almost to the red zone down at the 21-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. It's Walker on the give. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. He'll throw it. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Pass play coming here. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Lambeau able to put it through. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Kickoff taken at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. The screen pass falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So it's 2nd down coming up.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Give now to the running back. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. ready for it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. First and 10 from the 41. Looking for a throw here. And they pick him off again. And the Seahawks take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back-to-back carries here. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Charbonnet now up the middle. And he can't find the lane before being wrapped up at the line. Call it no gain that time, so now they face a 4th and 4.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Seahawks bringing out the punt team. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And, oh, just a hair too much on that kick. The punt lands in the end zone. This one's coming out to the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They send a tight end in motion. On 1st down, they'll run. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. From the 27. Complete out to the right side. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
But at this point in the game,
and that one goes for a gain of 11.
No reason
and
to
the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
give up so
we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Rams hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll try and throw it here. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get two hands on it the next time.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And they pick him off again. And the Seahawks are going to have it after his second interception of the season. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a third time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision. You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. So it's a win for the Seahawks. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep.
It was a good game by the team. Let's see, who do we have next week? Got the Broncos, which is, let me not pull a Nate. I think that's I think that's Glaze. I think that might be Glaze. It's one of the J's. I don't know. But that should be a good game. That should be a good game next week. And let's see. Sitting at 8-1. Division's looking good right now. Let's check some stats. Let's check right. 11 picks is too many, but still a great season nonetheless. Not really worried about running. Perry's having a great season. Grace know what he do. Bridge, he's injured right now, but he's having a great rookie campaign. Defensively, this is the big thing right here. 14 picks for Tariq Woolen. Brand Jones is chipping. Everybody else is chipping in. We're flying across the field. We need more sacks. Boy Mafia has been stuck on 5.5 for at least the last 4 weeks to 4 games at least. We can't really get no sacks like that. And we have some strong defensive linemen and linebackers on the line, but just can't get to them at the moment. Let's see. What does 2? Yes, 3 for the season. They were producing points. Can't complain. Let's check this award race. Let's see. Anthony Richardson. Bradton moved up to third, which is fine. Tariq Woolen's in fifth. What would it take? What would it take to get Tariq Woolen into first on the MVP list? The league hasn't had a defensive MVP, I believe, since shoot, I don't even remember. It's been so long. I think it was the Jets' old cornerback. I mean, he's the only defensive player up here, so that's good in itself. Perry, he's not going to catch Tyson, but that looks good to me. Defensive player. That should be easy. Defensive rookie. Bridges' injury kills any noise that he could have possibly made. Ross. K9's doing what K9 does. He stays consistent. He's consistently good, but not consistently great. But is there any gray up here? No. Fred Warner, he always finds a way to be the best linebacker out there every season. Cordell Simpson, he had a little injury early on, but he's climbing his way up the list. All right, yeah. So that's that. We look forward to our next game against the Broncos. Like I said, it should be a great one. We'll look to continue this campaign, this regular season campaign of winning. Yeah. Let's hope to finish out the season, second half of the season strong. Get to the playoffs, try to make some noise. Final season, let's see what we can do. But until the next time, I will catch you on the next one. I'm out.